This is a Soaak podcast.
Welcome to The Frequency Effect, sponsored by Soaak Technologies, where inspiration fuels innovation. Join our experts as they elevate your mind, body, and spirit, one conversation at a time. This is The Frequency Effect.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I've known you now for what, 4 or 5 years?
About 4, yeah.
4 years,
Since
yeah.
2020.
Yeah. And we've had some great discussions together and kind of got to know each other.
Yep.
And I appreciate you doing this with us.
No
Kind
problem.
of telling a bit about ZIAS's life. And I know a lot of people ask you about your working out,
Yeah.
you know, and how that's affected your life, how it's affected your business life. I read some stats today that only under 1% of all Americans can bench 225.
1%?
1%.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And 1% of those people can bench 300.
Wow.
And if you work up over like 400, there's 8,000 people on the planet that can do 405.
So you got to be like a superhuman. Like if you're within
Yeah.
8,000, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that number was that less.
No, I didn't either until I kind of read about it. But it was very interesting. And I know throughout this course that we're putting on today, courtesy of Soaak Technologies, I know you've been using Soaak for a while.
For
And
sure.
you were telling me about working out, how you use it before you work out and all that. But I wanted to come in and actually see it like for myself. I wanted to like, one of my dreams is to do a couple sets of bench with you.
Oh, wow.
So if you don't mind, and if I bog down, I need you to make it look like I'm really lifting it.
You think you can keep up?
Dude, now that you put it that way, if you let me do leg press and you do bench, I don't know, man. I want to do a few with you as we go through this interview. I want to learn about you, want to learn about your life, want to learn about your successful YouTube career. Dude, you're rocking it there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And I just want to take it a step at a time. So we got, just like in business, you start off with the warm-up set.
Right.
You go through some things kind of on a low level.
Yep.
Most guys that come in the gym start out with 135. That's a too big plate. So I know I can do this with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go ahead. You start. I'll spot you.
All right. Oh. So I'm going to do 10.
You going to do 10? All right. About a shoulder width grip inside
Yeah.
the marks.
Yep.
All right. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got this big smile on your face, dude. It's kind of scaring me. And you seem to pick up momentum as you were going along. All right, man. So you spot me now.
Gotcha.
I'll get my 10 in real quick. Or maybe my 5.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. All right.
Easy work.
Ah,
Yes, sir.
2.
3.
Haney said that, didn't he? Lightweight.
5. I think that's good. Keep going. 8, 9. 10.
Ah, there we go.
That look good.
All right, so got the warm up in, and I feel pretty good.
Nice little warm up.
I feel like I at least kept up with you.
Get the blood going,
Yeah, get the blood going. Okay, so we got a workout. So growing up ZIAS,
Yeah.
like what was it like? What were you like as a 12, 14, 16-year-old kid?
12, 14, 16. I don't know. I've always been to myself. I've always been like creative. I've always like had aspirations for a lot of things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grew up with a single mom.
Yeah.
So I know like the value of hard work and, really putting in the grind to achieve what you have to achieve or what you want to achieve and, just doing the necessary things that you need to do to get what you need to get done, if that makes
Right.
sense.
No.
So I learned a lot of my hard work and, from my mom, because I seen her and how hard she worked, to make sure I was good. So a lot of that was instilled in me. And besides, besides everything, I feel like I grew up I had a pretty good upbringing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I never felt like there was any struggle because my mom made sure I never felt like that. You feel what I'm saying? Even though we were struggling, she did all she could and worked so hard to make sure I didn't have to go through any of that.
Right.
Or feel any of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I tell people all the time that I grew up kind of on the wrong side of the track, so to speak. Like we were the poor people that the poor people called poor.
Right.
You know, that kind. But I didn't know it.
Right.
You
exactly.
know, just kind of like you, like my parents. I mean, I had two parents. My dad, he worked 2 jobs just to make ends meet, and we still didn't seem to have enough coming in.
Right.
But I didn't know that. Like, they were happy. They were, supported me as much as they could. But that's something, man, because a lot of people just use that as an excuse.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I never allow myself to I guess fall into is excuses, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, I look at how my mom handled our situation. Like, we used to be homeless. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I don't even tell people that. Like, we used to be homeless, you feel me? But as a kid, I never realized that we were homeless because, again, everything that my mom was doing to make sure that I never felt that. So, just understanding that growing up, I've always made it, a mission to make her proud.
That's just what I was going to say, make her proud.
Make her proud, yeah. And make my siblings proud, because they look up to me and,
Are you the oldest sibling?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Yeah, how many do you have?
I have 3 siblings. I'm on my side, yeah.
Nice. Dude, that's cool. I didn't know that about you.
No, yeah. So, I don't take anything for granted. I'm very, appreciative of, everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not I understand the value of hard work. I understand the value of everything I have. So I'm constantly trying to grow, constantly working to achieve as many things that, that I want to achieve.
Yeah.
Not only for myself, but for my family.
Right. Well, you've had such an amazing career. I mean, you went to the tops, being on your own YouTube channel and doing all that, and you played football at Tip. And there's so much I want to ask you.
Yeah.
I want to use this whole interview then this whole course to ask you some of those questions and get the specific things that you implemented in your life to keep going. I mean, I can already tell you've got that determination. You've got what I call a pit bull mentality. Once you bite down, you don't let go.
Right.
Until you get what you want.
Exactly.
And you don't make excuses.
Right.
That's cool, man. I've already learned a lot. So, ZIAS, you had some goals when you were younger. You want to make your mom proud. You probably had some aspirations to play football. You played football at TU.
Yeah.
Did you just say, I've got this big goal, and you jumped right in it and started doing it? Or were there steps? Did you write them down? Did you think about them? Did you try to have role models you followed? What's the secret sauce?
It's one of the things where I know what I wanted to achieve or my goal per se.
Right.
And how I put this out. I didn't write stuff down, but I mentally, what's the word I'm trying to use?
You envisioned it happening?
Right. And I guess it was just, I made sure I was focused, right?
Right.
The entire time. Because I knew where I was trying to get, and I knew what I had to do to get there. So
right.
I made sure to cut out all the distractions and attain those goals, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you know you attained the goal when you attained it? Did you set smaller goals to get that one big goal? Or did you just say, man, this is my goal, and I'm gonna work until I get it?
I think when you're doing what you need to do, you don't even realize that you're accomplishing it, that you've accomplished it, because you're working in the moment,
right.
And it's like a tunnel vision. So it's
right.
By the time you look up, you're like, oh wow,
I did that.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's cool.
But I've always been just going with the flow. As long as I'm working, as long as I'm doing what I need to do, I feel like everything will come to place as it needs to be.
Right.
In terms of what I'm trying to achieve.
A buddy of mine, Michael Beckwith, he brought He did a lot of work. He does a lot of work in Beverly Hills and all that. And he has a saying called "I'm in flow motion."
Right. Okay.
Not slow motion,
Flow
but
motion.
flow motion.
I like that.
And I'd never heard that before. But what you just said, you were in the flow.
Right.
You were in this flow motion that you would achieve these things on the way to your goal.
Right.
And you didn't even know the benchmarks you were hitting. You just hit them and you were in that flow.
Exactly.
What was your first big goal? Like, was it to play football? Was it to be on YouTube? Was it like, give me a little bit of that color.
So growing up, staying with my mom, yeah, you could say my first goal was to get a football scholarship.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously to get a free education and while playing a sport that I loved at the time.
Right.
So.
And it's hard to use a hard school. Like, it's a top tier for academics.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't be stupid and go to TU.
Right, exactly. So, like I said, I knew since a kid, I've always told my mom, like, I'm going to make it to college, and, change her life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was just saying this, but yeah, I feel like every step that I took from then on was with the mindset of like, I'm going to get a college scholarship to play football.
Right.
So, and that's what I did. I remember my mom couldn't afford training camps and, all the different things that other people could in order to like get your name out there or like get the exposure. Yeah. From the coaches.
They had more of an advantage, so you had to work harder.
But I didn't use, like, again, it goes back to excuses, right? I never let that deter me from doing what I could do with what I had. So I would go in my backyard, and just run, like I'll do drills in my backyard. My mom doesn't understand football, so she couldn't throw me the football. Right. I would literally throw the football and run and go catch it myself.
That's why you're so fast.
just little stuff like that.
No kidding.
And I didn't have like a gym that, that I can go work at. I had like a little bar that I saw somebody throw away doing trash day. I went and took it. It had like a tent, like 25 pounds on each side. And I would work out with that every day. You know what I'm saying? That's why at some point I had like big traps. And that's because
that's the only thing you had to do.
That's all I think I had to do. Like just that one bar. So I just feel like when you really determined and, there's not like, you don't let anything stop you from accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish, Right. You do what it takes, with what you have. That's what I did.
Like Nike says.
Yeah, you do it.
Just do it. That's good, man. Good. You mentioned earlier how you didn't let anything distract you.
Right.
Like you were consistent.
Right.
Whatever you had to work with, you worked with, and you did it to your best ability.
Right.
Because you had a goal pressing you forward.
Right.
And you remained consistent no matter what.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
How did you know to do that? Like, not many people, not many kids trying to get into college are consistent. Like, they've got their friends pulling on them, they got girls pulling on them, they've got just life pulling on them. How did you stay consistent?
I feel like just, again, like when you know where you're trying to go, like when you want something really bad, you're gonna do it. I feel like a lot of people, like, they want to achieve something and they know what they need to do to achieve something, but they don't take the necessary steps. Because if you can't take necessary steps, then to me, you really don't want it that bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just a matter of me locking in and doing what I need to do, if that makes sense.
What did you think about that kept you from going out with your friends instead of working out or instead of being in your backyard doing sprints? Like, what was in your mind? Was it just the thing you wanted to help your mom? You wanted to achieve your goal? Like, what was that deep burning thing that kept you consistent?
The thought of, how I put this. So I know what I want to achieve, right? I know what I need to do in order to get me and my mom out the situation, right? So the thought of not doing that is what kept me going, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
So like, and I wasn't perfect. I'm still not perfect, but like, so yes, there might have been times I did get distracted or,
right.
Fall behind, but being able to like, okay, I'm tripping. Like,
right.
Like, okay.
Get it together.
Remember what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
So it helped me get back on track and, and with consistency, and that's the main thing. I think that's very important. That's like my favorite word is consistency, because without consistency, you don't see results.
Well, that's like working out,
right?
You know, like
it applies to a lot of things, like you said, working out.
If I try to do some bench and I take off for a month or two and try to come back and lift the same weight, I'm gonna hurt myself.
Yeah, I think consistency is what separates a lot of people in every form of field of work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah. So that's amazing. Consistency is the main thing. I know a lot of people get hit with like obstacles in life, that wall that you can't get over, or something that stands in your way between you and your goal. Did you have any of those hit you when you were coming up and trying to get into TU?
Trying to think. Obstacles. Personally, no. I wouldn't, like, no major obstacles, nothing that I couldn't overcome.
Right. See, you would say that though.
Right.
what other people might see as an obstacle, you're like, nah, exactly. I can do that.
Because it goes back to the no excuses thing. Like,
that's right.
So, did I have injuries? Yes. Getting injured when you're trying to get a scholarship and not being able to play, that's an obstacle, right?
Huge.
Did I allow that to, stop me from working, or did I allow it to deter my dreams of getting a scholarship? No. I made sure I worked hard. I went to training every day and made sure I healed up whatever my injury was and got back to it. So, I mean, as far as obstacles, I would say everything was minor in my head. I at least made it minor in my head.
Right.
And
that's huge in itself.
That's how I was able to overcome it.
Yeah. Because you didn't see obstacles as obstacles. Right. You just saw them as a stepping stone to the next thing you were going to do.
Exactly.
And we've been talking about working out. We've been talking about playing football at TU, because that was your first major goal. That's what we were just talking about. But what was a goal of yours, maybe getting to, like, say, your first 1 million subscribers on YouTube? I know you're past that now, but like that first 1 million, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of people ever get 1 million.
And it seems unattainable, like, when you're looking at it like that.
Right. No, it does. Yeah. It's like that thing that you could never reach, because what do you have in your account now? 1 or none.
Right. Exactly.
So how were you hit with any obstacles from the business sense, just getting to that first 1 million subscribers that you could think of? Anybody tell you couldn't do it, or?
Well, I would say starting out, nobody understood what I was doing. I was pitching the idea to different people, my teammates, family, friends, but nobody really understood the concept of what I was trying to accomplish on YouTube. But again, like, I didn't allow that to discourage me.
Right.
So I still kept at it. As far as any like setbacks, I mean, there's as far as I can remember, there's a time where like my camera got stolen, or my whole laptop got stolen, with a bunch of footage, that I worked hard to film.
Right.
But I'm more of a, like, when stuff like that happens, I don't dwell on it, because I just know dwelling on it doesn't fix it. So it's like, the faster I move on, the faster, like, I'm working to, overcome it or fix the situation, the faster I get over it. That makes sense. I don't know.
Right. Because some people would say, oh man, this happened. Yeah, this is a sign. I should quit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and then they just give up on it. To me, a person who does that doesn't have the passion for that goal in the first place. Because if you did, you wouldn't let something like that let you down or hold you back.
Right. Even like, cause so on the channel, we do like the, the music reactions. And I've always done it with a teammate, at the time. Cause, so I remember at kind of while we was on the rise, like, blowing up.
Right.
He quit. He didn't want to do it no more.
No kidding.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember thinking like, well, we've already created a dynamic that the fans are used to. We've already created a formula that's obviously working, and we're blowing up so fast. We're getting all these cosigns, getting all these subs, and getting all these views, and he's quitting them.
Why did he quit?
he didn't understand the long-term vision of it.
Right.
And that's a setback. That's an obstacle that I could have let. Like, well, he quit. I don't know what to do no more. I got to find something else to do.
Yeah.
But not just, I kept it going. I found somebody else.
Really?
Which ended up working for the better. Shout out to my brother, Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop. Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
him. And you guys seem like, I thought you were always just with him because you work so good together.
Yeah. That's what's crazy. That's why I say I feel like it worked out for the better, because
Yeah.
me and Bishop, we have way better chemistry.
Right.
We understand each other better.
Yeah.
And he just understood. He trusted the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't understand what was going on either, but he's somebody that trusts the process. And, he stuck with me, and we took it to the next level.
Yeah. Wow. I had a pastor, Carlton Pearson, who was just a great pastor of mine. He said, he gave a message one day, and he said that rockets are created with rocket boosters. And sometimes, all the time, when that rocket gets so high, the boosters fall off.
Right.
Because they were designed to fall off.
Right.
So I think there's some people in our life that are boosters
Right.
that will get us to a certain level,
Okay.
and then they're designed to fall off.
Gotcha.
And then you go to that next level. Like you found the next guy, you had better chemistry,
Right,
and then you
right.
took it to the next level.
All right.
So now that you're kind of in flow motion,
Slow motion.
like we said, I know you must have a certain routine. Like everybody wants to know, what do you eat? How much you sleep a night? How many times do you work out? Like on the workout side, I want to know that. And then I'll ask you a couple questions about the business side.
Right.
But what's your typical diet like?
Typical diet.
Like when you wake up in the morning, like walk me through the day.
So I don't eat in the morning. I fast till maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
I break my fast with like fruits.
Okay.
Strawberries, mostly berries and watermelon and stuff like that. Berries and melons.
Yep.
Then I go work out. I try to work out for at least an hour or 2. And I come back and eat one big meal, consisting of mostly a pescatarian diet.
Okay.
So I don't eat
a lot of
meat.
fish.
Yeah, a lot of fish.
You eat eggs or anything like that?
Not a lot. I don't not eat eggs, but I don't prefer to eat eggs. If that makes sense.
Got it. So mainly fish.
Mainly fish. Mainly a lot of vegetables. Carbs. I prefer like rice, potatoes, stuff like that.
See, I love rice and potato. I cannot do the low carb thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not somebody that watches, like, I don't count calories or
Right.
I eat a pretty clean diet,
Right.
but I eat a lot because I work out a lot.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
So you eat that one big meal. What about at night if you get hungry? Do you snack? Do you raid the...
If I'm snacking, it's, if I get hungry, it's a really big meal. I eat a lot.
Really?
It's not just like a normal meal. I eat for like 3 to 4 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a whole slab of like salmon or something?
It's like 3 to 4 salmon pieces like that I'm eating. Yeah, in one sitting.
Really?
Yeah. It's a lot. I eat a lot. So that does carry me over like throughout the night. If I do get hungry still, because sometimes, just might be idle and just feel like snacking on something.
Right.
I'll snack on some fruits.
Yeah.
Some healthy chips or something. Stuff like that.
Like you said, generally clean.
Yeah, generally clean. I stay away from sweets, sugars.
Yeah.
High sugar stuff.
So you work out 4 times a week, 3 times a week, 2 times a week?
With my schedule, I work out
when you can.
When I can. You know what I'm saying? But when I do work out, I go pretty hard. I'm in the gym for like 3 hours.
Oh, really?
I'm really getting it in.
Do you do like all push one day, all pull the next, or do you do a full body, or
some more closer to a push pull day?
Okay.
Yeah, push pull day. And it's mostly like progressive overloading. So
explain that.
Progressive overloading is basically when you're going up in weight each set with the goal of getting stronger, not necessarily getting bigger or muscular.
Right.
My workout routine is mostly based on strength. So it's a lot of lower reps, higher weight, a lot of rest.
So I'm getting worried now because I'm gonna try to do the next set with you. And now you got me worried.
Oh yeah, it's I get up there and bench.
Awesome. Well, that's cool, man. Because I always wanted to know your routine, what you ate, the sets you do. You work out to get strong, and you obviously are getting big because you're getting strong.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. We have Soaak Technologies. We just got our second Air Force contract. We're actually training fighter pilots for mission readiness.
That's awesome.
And I remember talking to you maybe a couple years ago, year and a half ago.
I was an early adopter.
You were an early adopter. Yeah, you got you got it before we even upgraded our app.
Right.
But yeah, you did. And what frequencies do you listen to, or what's your go-to like before you work out?
Me personally, so before I hit the gym, I listen to the testosterone boost.
Right.
Prior to that, I learned a lot about the, frequencies and the benefits of it. And honestly, it's helped me. I feel like I'm way more energetic,
right,
stronger in the gym,
right,
when I do listen to the frequency, in the sense that because I'm not somebody that takes a bunch of supplements beforehand. I don't take pre-workout. I don't my protein is all plant-based. I don't take a bunch of just supplements with a bunch of ingredients. I like pure, clean, natural. Yep. And I feel like the whole frequency thing kind of plays a part into my MO when it comes to the gym.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of benefit in frequencies. Listen to frequencies, whether it's for the gym, whether it's for, anything mental health. I don't know.
Yeah. No. Well, I listened to some today.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to go into the second part of our lift. And I'm going to see if those help me get to that 225 mark, which again, only 1% of Americans can bench 225 once.
Once?
Yeah.
That's a crazy low number. I'm not going to lie.
Now you're making me more nervous. I know we talked a little bit before about people doubting you, and you use that to kind of fuel your fire to kind of get to your goal. I'm going to try not to doubt that I can't stay with you on the 225. But are you ready to hit our next set?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. You want to warm up with a 25, or you want to go straight to 225?
We go straight to 225.
Okay.
The 225 is my warm-up.
Oh, don't even say that. Don't even say that. All right. Now, no matter how easy you make this, only 1% of Americans can lift 225. So let's see. All right, you got your grip, inside handles. Let's do it. Easy weight. One, look at there. All right. I'm gonna, it felt good to you?
That felt good.
All right. I'm gonna try to knock it out too. Now, I'm a couple years older than Zeke.
Just a couple?
Just a couple. All right. Now I'm going to show you something.
Take a deep breath.
All right. Easy weight.
Adjust
Let's
the
go.
weight.
Got it?
Adjust the bar. Light work. Oh, you doing multiple. Show me out there.
Twice.
That was good stuff.
All right. Hey, man, you got my adrenaline going so much. I know you could have done 10. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've had people doubt us. Sometimes we've doubted ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we're our own worst enemy.
True.
When we doubt ourselves.
True.
So tell me the biggest, one of the biggest times in your life where you had doubt try to creep in. Maybe your family didn't understand you. Maybe you were second guessing stuff when your first co-host left. Tell me what happened and tell me how you overcame that doubt.
I feel like, what's the saying? Doubt is a bigger killer of dreams.
Yeah.
And it's not even so much doubt. It's just not. could you consider non-believers as doubt?
Right.
And then go back to people not, because I feel like everybody, you got to make people believers, if that makes sense. Because the dream, the vision was instilled in you for a reason. And sometimes if you share that or look to somebody else for like, I guess, validity or like confirmation that it might work, they don't understand it. And what they say might deter, you can't let what they say deter you from whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whatever that dream was.
Right.
Because like I said, it was instilled in you for a reason.
Right.
And it's your job to make people a non-believer. So
yeah,
I use that as fuel. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you don't believe it, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like,
my father was a pastor, you may have known. And he's still alive, still preaching. So I kind of put this together in my mind like this, that whenever we get a desire, I read the Bible and it says, God says, I'll give you the desires of your heart.
mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean he's just going to give you anything you think about or desire, but he actually places desires in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And when he places the desires in your heart, he also equips you with everything you're going to need to make those things come true. Desire, the Latin root word, comes from sire, meaning of the father.
Wow.
Desire, sire. So I've had dreams and goals before that sometimes even my own family, like my mother, I love her more than anybody in the world, would do anything for. And I've had a couple of business deals where she didn't quite understand, and just trying to protect me, she threw up a little doubt, like, are you sure you want to do this? And I tell people, it's okay, because she loves me, I know that. She just wanted to protect me, but she didn't get my desire, I did. Like, she wasn't downloaded with all that, I was.
You were, exactly, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
And that's exactly, that's what I said, that's exactly what you just said, man. When you get it, and you know it's in there, and you know it's for a reason, it's not just a destination you're going to, but it's your destiny. Then you will do whatever it takes.
Yeah, same here. Like, my parents they didn't understand. You know, I was in college when I started YouTube. In their head, you know, you go to college, you get your degree, you get a job.
Right.
They had no idea of what I was doing while I was in college. They had no idea of the plan that I had about college.
Right.
What I was working towards, what I was trying to achieve, you know, with the whole YouTube thing. So when I graduated, my mom kind of like, she assumed that I would be one of those kids that just after college, I'm coming back home, having not really accomplished nothing and having to live with them. Yeah. And she was very surprised when I was like, no, like, I'm getting my own stuff.
Really? So she expected you to come back and live at home again because she couldn't see really what you were doing.
Right.
No kidding.
Yeah. So it kind of caught off guard, and here we are now.
Wow. That's a great story.
Yeah.
She's proud of you?
I mean, she hasn't paid a bill since 2017. She better be.
She better be. And that must make you feel so good, dude, to be able to do that for you.
For sure. And my siblings.
Yeah. I know you're very family oriented. Like, I've seen that over the years, just knowing you. And that's a special quality.
For sure.
Okay, so back, you know, you're that 12, 13, 14-year-old boy. Like, did you see back then all you are today? Did you see a little less than that? Or are you like breaking your own records?
Yes, all of that. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like every successful person always envisioned themselves successful when they were coming up.
Right.
And again, I feel like that's just something instilled in you, like where you like, I always knew I was gonna be like famous or you know, successful,
celebrity or whatever,
like since I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. I've always kind of just knew it, and it's like it's just a matter of literally sacrificing whatever to, you know, take the steps and do what I need to do to get there. That makes sense.
Right.
So like I said, start like the whole, even with YouTube, like I didn't become successful or famous overnight. It took work. You know, I remember when I was only getting 5 views and I was only getting 10 views, you know.
Really?
I got,
you can still remember that?
Yeah, I remember I got 100 views. I was like, oh, wow. Like, I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when you're in it, like you said, the flow motion, like when you're in it, like you don't even realize how fast you're growing, you know?
Right.
And I gained 1 million subs in 7 months. You know what I'm saying?
No kidding.
That's crazy. That's not normal.
No,
you know
that's superhuman.
Yeah, so it's like,
but you expected it because you saw it.
And because I saw it, like nothing distracted
you.
It was a tunnel vision. Like, I was just doing it. I was in it. I was working, you know. And you know, me and Bilou, we was grinding, you know. And this is why he was still playing football. I was done with football. I had like a semester left to before I graduated.
Right.
And we would come in every day, every night at the time, and spend 2-3 hours
grinding it out.
Wow. And this is before any money, we were just doing it because, like I said, we saw the bigger picture.
Right.
Of everything.
That's so hard, man. Yeah. You're not getting paid.
Oh yeah.
And people don't, because you were doing something that was the first.
Right.
Like nobody had really done exactly what you had done.
Right.
So not only were you not making money at it, but you didn't know if the world was even going to ever understand it.
Right.
Because it had never really been proved before. Mm-hmm. But yet you saw it.
Exactly.
Dude.
And another thing too, I would say, you got to be passionate about what you're doing too.
Right.
Because if you're not, like you said, when you're not seeing the immediate results, you tend to like quit or, you know, get discouraged.
Yeah.
When you're passionate and like you say, you already see it, you're in flow motion.
Yeah. And you keep the faith.
You keep the faith, and you know,
faith in yourself, faith in the process.
And you stay consistent, and you're 100% going to achieve what you want to achieve if you're consistent.
I heard somebody say the other day, the only way to really to guarantee failure is to quit.
Right.
So.
And there's plenty of times where, like, you know, I'm spending all night, literally, like, no sleep, editing, you know, uploading. There's plenty of times where I could have been like, man, I'm tired of this, and just quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all it takes is one opportunity, one video, one whatever, like, that literally changes the course of everything for the better. So consistency is definitely important.
What was that one video that you did that all of a sudden you got like a ton of views and it just blew you away? Was there that one thing that or was it just a consistent growth?
It was consistent growth, then it was that one thing. So we were consistently growing and consistently getting attention, getting cosign. Then we had that one video that took off.
Do you remember what it was?
It was a reaction to an artist at the time. And what's funny that we would always see in the comment section, react to this person, react to this person, react to this person.
Right.
We didn't know who that person was. We didn't take it serious. We never did it. I just remember one day being like, I keep seeing this name. Let's, I don't know what it is. Like, let's go ahead and do it. And that happened to be our biggest video.
No way.
To this day.
To this day?
To this day.
And it was somebody you didn't even know.
Our most viewed video.
So let's back that up. What if that guy had quit?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
While we're talking about YouTube and your stardom and that and everything, how did you sort the good guys from the bad guys? Like, because the more famous you get, the more people want something from you, the more they're asking favors, you know, do this with me, do that with me. Like, what did you use? What processes did you use to kind of sort the good guys from the bad guys?
I mean, in the entertainment business, there's no real process because everybody puts on a facade. Everybody puts on, you know,
everybody's playing everybody.
Everybody's playing everybody. So it's like you kind of, a lot of it's trial and error. Like sometimes, you know, I've had managers clearly mess me up. I've had, you know, I've dealt with those people, right? Enough time to like, okay, I learned from it to where like
it's not gonna happen again.
It's not gonna happen again. You feel me?
Yeah. So you develop almost.
It comes with experience.
You almost develop a sixth sense. For that.
Yeah, exactly. And then the more you learn, the more you learn what to avoid when it comes to people, and the easier it is to pick up on certain things that they're saying or they're doing.
Yeah.
You know. But
I have very few like really close friends that I can trust. Like very few. Did you see that your circle kind of got a little smaller as you got more famous, or did it get a little bigger? Or,
you know, one thing I would say about myself, my circle have always been small. I never kept a large group of friends. I grew up an only child before I, you know, for the majority of my childhood.
Right.
Before my mom had more kids in her new marriage.
Right.
So like I've always been to myself. I've always been like comfortable being alone. I never had like a bunch of friends per se.
Right.
So my circle have always been small. I think that might have been an advantage too, because I'm not like pressed to like be around a bunch of people.
Yeah.
All the time. Even now, where I get invited to a lot of things, you know, I'm constantly turning stuff down. So I just don't care to be around.
And that makes you more desirable.
Right.
Doesn't it? In a weird. I mean, I think it does.
In a weird way. Yeah.
Wow. So you always kept a small group of friends. One, because you kind of grew up that way, but two, now you're comfortable being that way, so you let very few people in, and those people you can kind of trust.
Yeah, most of my friends are family, like literally like immediate family, like my cousins and stuff.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's I think that's smart. So we're talking about YouTube a little bit. I'm going to jump back to working out, because I'm going to get ready to see you put on another plate here in just a little bit. But with muscles, you know, you got to tear them down when you get stronger. You have a workout, you rest a few days. The inflammation in your body kind of helps repair muscle tissue, and then you come back and you're stronger and you're bigger.
Right.
But you got to first tear them down. Have you ever had something in your business career like tear you down? I mean, I know that losing your co-host was a big deal, but as you kind of got bigger, did you have anything that kind of knocked you to your knees, and then you had to get back up and keep going?
I can't really think of nothing specific, but I will say there was a time where like maybe something I did or something I said caused what's the word I'm looking for?
A chain reaction.
Yeah, chain reaction of like,
or cause problems for other people.
Backlash.
Oh,
where
okay.
I received backlash, and where like, and it's just dealing with the internet.
Yeah.
Where like it seemed like everybody at the time, well, a lot of people, like when you're dealing with the internet, you deal with a lot of like haters, and you deal with a lot of like
Because
criticism.
anybody can say anything behind the keyboard.
So you know, Art, you see this with celebrities all the time, where they might say something that, you know, the internet might not necessarily agree with, or they might do something with the internet might not necessarily agree with.
Right.
I've had one of those moments before, where like, you know, where I was receiving a lot of hate. You know, I was receiving
almost like cancel culture.
Quote unquote cancel culture. It's like I've definitely went through that before.
No kidding.
Where like, you know, I had to overcome that. You know, I had to stay in it, stay with it, and eventually went back the love, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I went through that early, you know, in my YouTube career. So I kind of like know how to maneuver.
Learn from it.
Yeah, you learn from it. You know how to maneuver, and you also know how to like deal with that type of stuff.
Right. That's tough.
Yeah.
Some of my business friends, they have attorneys that all they do is reputation management. Because you can say something in one vein and somebody can run with it the total opposite way that you even meant it.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. The internet is like that. It's like they're trained to like do that.
Yep.
It's weird.
And bad news is the one that travels fast. Like that's where people get more hits. They want to pin something on you anyway.
I said, nobody's perfect. The internet holds you to a different standard where you like almost got to be perfect. Right. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down. Like, listen, this is me.
Yeah.
Set me for who I am. You don't rock with me, don't rock with me. Because a lot of times people don't actually care. It's more like it's weird is they feel like they need to care. So like all you see is you just see it in words. You don't like, because in real life nobody acts like that in real life.
Right.
Nobody responds to stuff like that in real life. So the internet world is definitely different.
But when you see it about you, it becomes big to you.
Right, because it's all you're saying. Because sometimes you tend to see the negative stuff more than you see the positive
The good stuff, yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff, but that one negative thing, you're like,
I know. You can do 100 great things, but that one bad thing just haunts you.
Right, so.
Yeah. But you did it young, got over it.
Yeah.
And you know how to overcome it now.
Right.
So going through some of those difficulties, did those tend to make you stronger? You know, you've heard what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like, did you learn some things from that? And did you build a strength that is moving you forward?
It definitely that I learned the nature of the internet at the time, if that makes sense, that I just wasn't familiar with.
Right.
And as far as I did feel like, honestly, it kind of made me and my fan base stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Having overcame it.
Did they kind of bond together with you?
Yeah,
supported you?
Stuff like that happens on the internet all the time. Like, at some point, you just gotta stand your ground and like who you are. It's like you don't have to agree with everything I say. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right,
You're not perfect either. Like,
right. This is me.
This is me. So when you tune all that stuff out, none of it matters no more. It's like you realize it's just a bunch of miserable people on the internet.
Right. We've talked about working out. We've talked about your business. This has been great, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending the time. I've learned more about you
that
I didn't know the last 4 years. So you've got to be extremely focused, like we've said.
Yeah.
When you're lifting weights, you know, you get up over 225 and that can hurt some people.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be focused. You got to be serious. How do you maintain your focus? Like, say you come in the gym and you got to hit it for 2 or 3 hours, like you said. Like, how do you keep going that long? How do you maintain focus?
Like, for me, when I come to the gym, my entire goal is to get stronger. So that's what makes me focus, because you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what keeps me going, because I know, like, okay, I can't just quit on this set. I can't just, you know, get lousy on this set, or else I'm not going to get stronger.
Right.
That's the whole point I came, or else I'm just wasting my time. So
I
guess to avoid wasting my time, I can make sure I'm focused, so I'm able to attain what it is I came here for in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you like listen through your phone? Do you take calls? Do you like, how do you prepare yourself in the gym?
I mean, the gym, I treat the gym is fun to me. It's a lot of, you know, it's kind of like therapeutic. So I have fun in the gym. I don't look at it as like work. So I come in, I think that's why I'm able to be in the gym for so long, because I'm literally just going through the motions.
Right.
You know, it's like clockwork. I'm just
right.
I'm just getting it done.
You just lock in and do it.
I'm just locking in and doing it. I don't even realize that I'm in the gym for so long, because
because you're having fun.
I'm having fun. Yeah, I'm working.
And I guess when you're working out too, you get that dopamine push and
for sure.
You know, all that. So, well, you know what time it is? It's time to do another set. Okay, now you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm not gonna jump straight to 315, because I don't even know if I could do 315.
Probably not.
I'm gonna try to do 275.
Okay.
Put on the quarters. You watch me.
That's a good weight.
And then I'm gonna pop over to the 315. Now 300. Only 1% of the 1% that can do 225 can do 300 once.
That's so crazy.
Only 1% of 1%. Dude, that's a low number.
That is a very low number.
That's a low number. Okay, so now I listened to my frequencies today.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can hit 275 once. Maybe I'll work up a little with you. But then,
Which one
I want
listen to?
The workout enhancement.
Workout enhancement.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it helps kind of cardiovascular and stuff like that. But all right, I'm gonna throw on some quarters. 275. I'm gonna try it once. And make sure you keep me going.
No, I got you.
If it slacks off a little, I want you to pull it up, all right?
You got this.
All right. What do they say? Lightweight?
Lightweight, just the bar.
All right. Let's go. Ah. Ah.
That look good. That look good.
Wow. You got my adrenaline going. All right. Let's throw on a big boy on the end.
Throw the big boys on.
Let's throw on a big boy for the big boy.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, 1% of 1%.
Can only hit one of these?
If you want to do 2 or 3, I don't know. Can you do more than one?
Maybe, I don't know.
All right. All right.
Oh.
ZIAS in the house. 315. 1% of 1%. Come on. Let's go. Yep. 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 Good Lord. Good Lord. What are you doing? Man, that was perfect. Way to go. Can you talk after that?
Yeah, it felt good.
It felt good?
That felt good.
Oh, dude. That's big. That's big. Like in our next segment, you want to push it up a little bit more than that, like for 1 or 2?
Sure.
Are you serious?
Sure.
All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Here we go. All right, man. So you're jet setting all over the world. I know you're in LA a lot. You're in Miami a lot. You're everywhere in between. Schedule's hectic. You're into several businesses now.
Right.
Kind of been watching you and really managing those well. What do you do for you? Like, how do you chill? How do you reset your mind to where it's just not go, go, go all the time, but you take some time for yourself?
I think I do a pretty good job of not like allowing myself to like, I guess, burn out. Even as hectic as my schedule is.
Right.
It's not just work. I mean, my work is fun.
Right.
So I treat it as such.
Right.
I love, filming. I love creating I have a passion for creating content. So when I'm creating content and when I'm working, I'm traveling, I'm getting all this stuff done, it's all fun to me. And you can still even get burnt out from doing that. So as far as like just taking time out to myself, I just like to eat.
That one big meal.
Yeah, I like to eat. Sometimes I'll lay in my bed all day, just not doing it. Like,
really?
I go for a walk, get some sun.
Yeah. You watch movies, read books, do any of that stuff?
I watch movies. I like to binge watch shows.
Yeah.
As a creative, like I kind of like to just. I'm always trying to watch. Like you said, I'm on social media all the time.
That you can use far down or speak to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So whether it's been on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, watching a movie,
right,
watching a show, those are all part. Anything that's culturally relevant, I stay in tune with, even when I'm relaxing. So
yeah. But taking off and relaxing is part of being successful. I mean, you got to do that. I heard a story about a guy who was at a like a wood chopping contest, and he watched this world champion for like 5 years, and he figured out the way I can beat this guy is every like 30 minutes he takes a 10-minute break, and when that guy takes a 10-minute break, I'm gonna chop harder,
right,
and I'll chop more wood than him at the end of the deal. So he entered the contest, came up against the guy. The guy would sit down after 30 minutes, take a 10-minute break, come back, chop, come back, chop. At the end of the deal, the champ was still the champ.
Right.
And the guy came up to him and he said, dude, every time you took a break, like I was chopping harder, what happened? And he said, I wasn't taking a break, I was sharpening my saw, sharpening my axe. So,
right.
So yeah, I think that's what we do when we chill for a while. We sharpen our minds. You think about all the creative maybe that you've loaded up in there.
Yeah, that's big.
And let your conscious mind and your subconscious mind kind of take over and give you the new ideas and make you better.
I do.
So sharpen your axe.
I like that.
Yep. So we've talked about working out. We've talked about your business. We've covered a lot. And have you ever had something that you were pretty sure you could do but your heart started really racing and you really were scared a little bit, but you did it anyway?
Absolutely. I feel like it's
Your life.
pretty much everything. Like, I think one of my main things is sometimes even with videos or ideas or concepts, like I might feel like it's not good enough,
right?
Or the fans not gonna like it, or
right,
you know, it might not do the particular number that I wanted to do as far as like performance,
right?
And what I've learned, you know, that's something I have to overcome even now. Like I still deal with that right now. Maybe I think every creator deals with that, where it's like we're constantly worried about, you know, how it is going to perform.
Right.
What I just had to learn is like, to put it in perspective, like my fans want to see content.
Right.
Not overthinking it. Put it like that. That's a bit
right. Right.
Don't overthink.
Right.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
I hear a lot of stories where it's like, even like with musicians or artists, where they talk about a song that, you know, when they recorded, they didn't like it, or they didn't think it was good enough, and they scrapped it, or, you know.
Then it becomes a number one or
never
something.
plan on putting it out, whereas somebody told them, like, nah, put it out, or like, you know, and you say, like, it ended up becoming a legendary song that we all know to today, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think, yeah, just never, not overthinking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pushing beyond limits in the gym. Like, have you ever lifted a weight that you were like a little afraid to lift, but you tried it anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to. I think it's all a mindset thing, you know.
Right.
That's why if you heard me, I said it's just the bar. That's something I tell myself.
Right.
Before I lift, I'm like, it's just the bar.
Really?
And in my head, it makes it lighter to me. I mean, that's what works for me, because it's just like I said, it's a mindset thing. There's been many times where, you know, even trying to PR on a specific lift, where I might attempt it the first time and I didn't get it. I might try the second time and I didn't get it. I might try the third time, I didn't get it. I'm worn out. I'm tired. You know, like there's no way I'm gonna get it. Like
right.
And it's like I lock in. Okay, boom. Let's fourth time.
And you get it
easy. You know what I'm saying? It's all a mindset thing. It's like when you eliminate that doubt, and you lock in, I feel like you can accomplish a lot of things.
Right. I heard somebody teach about we expand by demand.
Right.
So if you put a bigger demand on your muscles, they're going to expand more. Right. But if you go around, you know, thinking you could lift 135, you're not going to get very big. Right. And you're sure not going to get very strong because you didn't put a demand on your muscles. So we expand by demand. That's the only way to expand.
Right.
And you never know what those limits are until you keep trying to break them.
That's my whole MO in the gym when I talk about progressive overloading.
Right.
And earlier, that's kind of how I treat the gym. Like every set, I'm always going up in weight, whether it's 5 pounds, whether it's 2.5 pounds. Like I'm always going up in weight.
It's something a little better.
Right. That's how you get stronger. That's how you expand.
Well, I'm staring at this 315, and I haven't done this in, since probably college. Can you curl 315 first? 315.
That's funny.
Because if you're over me, like, I would try it. But then if I do that, I want you to jump to whatever you want to jump to.
Sure. It's just the bar. Remember that.
I know. We're trying. All right. Let's get a quick set. Then I want you to jump to one and see where it puts us.
Sure.
All right. 315.
All right. A couple tips I'm going to give you.
Yep.
When you go down, take a deep breath. And as you're pushing up, breathe out.
Okay.
Also, clench your glutes as you're pushing up.
Okay. Clench my glutes.
As you're pushing up. And push off of your tippy toes while you're going up. Yeah.
Okay.
And clench your glutes up while you're going up.
Okay.
And deep breath.
Okay.
It's easy work.
All right. Hang on to it.
Okay.
Let's go.
Light work. That's all you. I did not help you. I swear I did not help you on that. That was all you.
Are you serious?
I swear I did not help you
Dude,
on that.
okay, we're going home
I
now.
swear I didn't help you on
We're
that.
going home now. Are you
I
serious?
swear I didn't help you. I swear I didn't help you.
Dude.
It's all technique.
Okay, you're my personal trainer. Oh, man. All right, what do you want to go to?
What do you want me to go to?
Dude, there's 315. I mean, 350, 375.
375, what's that?
What is 375? 2 quarters?
A 25 and a 5 is 375.
Okay, 25 and a 5.
All right.
And you sure you want to do this?
Adjust the bar.
25 and a 5? You got 2 5s over there?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, Zik, I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
It's just the bar.
Adjust the bar.
All right, guys. This is well beyond the 1% of 1%. This is what we call a bad boy right here. Bad boy. All right, bro. Big. You want a little lift?
Yes. When
Okay.
I count to 3.
Okay.
1, 2.
Come on. Dude. Yes. Yes. Wow.
How that look?
Oh, man. That was beautiful. Way to go. Oh, man. We're setting I'm setting PRs. That's perfect, dude. Way to go. You good?
I'm good.
I got a little lightheaded. Yeah. Just lifting yours up there. Oh, man. That was fantastic. Way to go, dude. Way to go.
Good job doing hitting the 315.
Well.
I knew you could do it. Did you?
Thank you. No, I wasn't for sure. I saw my daughter going like she was. All right, man. Again, great lift.
Yeah,
you did it. You did, and thanks for the help.
For sure.
That's good. So with your hectic schedule, you're in LA, you're in Miami, you're all over the world. You got multiple businesses going. How do you manage your time? Do you have a personal assistant? Do you have a lot of personal assistants? Do you just bear down and get it done yourself? Like, how do you manage your time?
It just comes down to prioritizing. I don't have a personal assistant per se.
Okay.
In terms of like time management, but
Right.
I have a schedule, I have a planner, and it just comes, like I said, it comes down to prioritizing and making sure you're prioritizing what you need to get done, getting that out the way, then having time to do other things that's important.
Right.
Like whether that's spending time with family, whether that's, communicating with your siblings. For me personally.
Right. Right.
Communicate with my siblings, sleep,
Right,
sometimes, I'm so busy where I barely get any sleep, but
Yeah.
if you prioritize time for it, you can fit in sleep in there, you know what I'm saying?
So tell me what that process is for you. Do you set up your week like on a Sunday, write down your goals for the upcoming week? Do you write something down? Do you have a software you use? Like let's get a little more granular. Because I have a hard time with time management, and trying to balance family.
It's not easy. Yeah.
It's tough,
not
dude.
easy.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
So how do you set your week up, and kind of you don't have to mention brand names, but what do you use to like put your stuff down so you're not forgetting something?
I just put in my notes, anything. So if it's something I had to do for the week, or just in general,
Right.
I put it in my notes to make sure I prioritize getting it done.
Right.
And that could be something as easy as grocery shopping, or
Right.
emailing somebody, or checking an email, responding to this person. I make sure, because I easily forget things. So I was like, I have to write things down to remind, like, so I make sure I get it done. That makes sense.
Right.
Just to avoid procrastination. Because since I'm always looking at my phone anyway,
Right.
I'm gonna, you know,
So keep it in front of you.
keep it in front of me. I think that helps. That helps me with managing my time on everything I need to get done in that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. When my job, I worked for Fortune 150 corporation for about a year and a half, 2 years, and I would, before we even had like mobile phones, I'm going to age myself.
Yeah.
I mean, because after 3:15, people may think I'm in my 20s. So I don't want to throw off any disbelief there. But yeah, I used to write mine down on like a Sunday night. I'd write everything down, and I wouldn't stop until I got that list done.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if it's midnight or if I didn't get something done that day. I made sure I got it finished.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel like I was successful unless I finished my list.
Yeah. And you feel good after you finish it too. After
Yeah.
you get it done. It's
No, you do. It's a win.
Yeah.
Like you get a dopamine rush just from that.
Yeah.
Plus you're getting further ahead in life. So, well, that's cool, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing your time with us today. After you've subscribed at Soak Podcast, please leave us your questions and comments. Remember, your frequency is what you think about most frequently. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.